Salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. I would now like to welcome to the stage in the kids hour, Young Sayyid Abbas Hassan. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad.
Hello, everyone. Today, I would like to bring up about the significant role of children in
يا عباس يا عباس ما تتبع خطوتك صحت ولا مشي وعفرة ولا اعتمديني لحد هنا
people of justice and sacrifice. It stands against tyranny, and oppression at Karbala was not only monumental but equally striking was the role played by the children of his family at the event of Karbala. Their presence and actions provide us with profound lessons about dignity, faith, and resilience in the face of adversity. One of the most heart-wrenching stories from Karbala is that of Ali al-Asghar alayhi salam, the infant son of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. His tragic death is a symbol of innocent suffering that marks the event. The story of Ali al-Asghar, who was only 6 months old at the time, is a poignant reminder of the cruelty faced by the family. His martyrdom is not only remembered for the sheer brutality of his death, but also for the symbol of pure sacrifice. A woman and children were captured after the battle of Karbala. They played critical roles in preserving and defending the courage and
That refers to the enemies of Jesus Christ. Now, it goes without saying that not all that ethnic group at the time were his enemies. No. His mother is not implicated, nor are the disciples of the early Christians. But the term is still valid. And as the man said here, it does not include all Jews, but we have to use it because it's a real category.
Yeah, our framework on it is theological, not genetic, not racial, which means that, and I was explaining this to a Jewish man the last time here, because he said, not all Jews, and I said, yeah, all Jews have rejected Jesus Christ. That goes for followers of Judaism, religious ones, secular Jews, and atheist Jews. And our framework, which is theological, which I actually don't expect everyone in my crowds to adopt, that is how we see the world and explain everything, is that these people have rejected the living Messiah, and therefore they've rejected his message. Part of his message was love thy neighbour, look at how they're treating their neighbours, this kind of proves itself to me. Like the way that they are acting right now in 2024 is the opposite of what Jesus Christ said to do. And that proves to me that that's what it's all about. It's not actually like a racial group protecting itself. It's the rejection of goodness. I mean, I like them. I'll say that. Yep. Well, I think that they have a. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So the Orthodox Jews, and they do not believe in the Israel. They believe in Israel.
Yeah.
So they go to Israel. So the fact might be welcome back to by the nature of that fact, it discounts your argument.
Well, does it? Because does the existence of this group of Orthodox Jews, which I'm a big fan of, in the sense that they turn up and they oppose all of this, and they actually manage to trigger so many secular Jews into meltdowns. I actually quite like that footage.
What's the point, though?
No. Let me finish though, because you're using the existence of a small group of Orthodox Jews to say that I now don't get to discuss the Jewish diaspora as a political body who is committing Holocaust right now.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that the Jewish
Because it would offend them.
No, not
basically.
No, not at all. Not at all. Because they are Jews.
Yeah.
And they do not support the existence of the state of Israel.
No, they don't, but the majority of Jews do.
They're the exception that prove the rule.
Yeah, exactly.
They are the exception.
Like, I'll give you an example. Is a woman who is barren and can never give birth a man?
So,
no, answer my question.
I'll answer. No, I'm not going to answer you.
Why not? You told me to answer your question, and I chucked one back at you, which actually proves the point. Which is that just because a Jew does not support Israel, that doesn't make them not a Jew.
You're selecting a metaphor.
No, with the vast majority of women that give birth, so women are like birth givers, but some of them can't.
Yeah.
That's analogous to what we're talking about here, where the vast majority of Jews support Zionism and the continued Holocaust of the Palestinian people, but there are Jews that don't. But Jews, as a group, do. They do support.
Okay, I'll answer your question then. So the answer is obviously they are still a woman.
Yeah.
They're a woman who can't give birth.
Yeah.
Okay. So to take your metaphor that you tried to use, I'll use it back at you. So Israelis who support this are Jews who are also Israelis. So you have to qualify it. It's Jewish Israelis.
No, because I think the state is illegitimate. Because I think they're just on. They're
And
just,
so do the Orthodox Jews in South Kensington.
yeah, but so the term Israeli to separate them out from Jews. So they're not Jews, they're Israelis.
Zionists.
Yeah, exactly.
Jewish Zionists.
I am on this print today to say we need to stop doing this. We need to stop getting offended when I say Jews instead of Zionist or Israeli because of the continued Holocaust. It's pathetic to pussyfoot around about Jewish feelings and say, but if you say this, then you could lump the Orthodox Jews in with it, and therefore what? What? They get offended?
No, it's
Like, who cares? There's Palestinians being killed every day. Can we? I give a crap about Jewish feelings.
No, it's not about Jewish feelings.
It
It's about
is.
being factually correct.
But I am factually correct.
And I think
The majority of Jews support the
I
genocide.
think your argument is stronger. I think your argument is stronger and factually correct if you say Zionist Jews.
No, because you're word policing me, and I've come down to Speaker's Corner.
I'm not policing you.
You are.
I'm arguing
No,
with you.
you didn't. I don't think you heard what he
I
said
said
earlier.
before you turned up that
Yeah.
this is the goal of Speaker's Corner, of me on this box,
Yeah.
is to say that if I say, and you can go on the YouTube channel and watch weeks of footage of this,
Yeah.
watch, when I say the Jews run the world, you will get a meltdown.
No, I'm not melting down.
No, you're not, but it's
You,
predictable.
you don't actually even know my politics.
But I know that you have controlled the conversation, and now it's not.
No, I haven't.
Yes, you have. It's not a group discussion. It's me just responding to you saying you've said something offensive about the Jews.
I know you're being.
No one else is involved anymore.
Well, other people can jump in.
They can, but they're not interested in
Can I
it.
just?
I'm sorry,
Go for
but
it.
you're being salacious. Really?
But I'm on the box. It's my session. Still.
Creo que están haciendo.
Right, okay, well, I think more gay people have died at the hands of Israel than they have at the hands of Palestinians in the past year. And do we have to do this? Do we really? No, do we have to? Because it's, I think, no, genuinely, it's heartbreaking. My heart is broken from seeing so many children shot in the face and justifying it by saying if you were gay, you'd get thrown off a rooftop is pathetic. It needs to end. It's such a useless argument. Sorry if I seem emotional, but I've clearly seen more dead babies in the past year than you have. Do you care? Will you condemn the IDF for the sheer amount of children they have shot in the head and the heart in the last year, apparently to save us from Palestinian homophobia? Go on. No, it didn't. No, it didn't. Can you tell me the last act of resistance before October 7th that the Palestinians engaged in? Can you? No, you can't. You don't know what the Great March of Return is, do you?
What, the one where they threw Molotov cocktail bombs over the border?
And you think that justifies what's going on today?
Or not
you giggling, smirking.
Sorry, the Great March of Return when they started throwing Molotov cocktail
Why do
bombs
you
over the
find
border.
Palestinian death so amusing?
I never said that. I just
Well, it looks like you do. Look at that grin.
I think it's ridiculous to say the Great March of Return was anything but peaceful.
Well, I think what happened to them in return was ridiculous.
Can I just ask you, does Hamas give freedom of movement? And any single protest, any single protest in Gaza has to get Hamas approval. Hamas approved that march of protest.
Now remember, guys, the point of me standing on the box, and I'm not even wearing my keffiyeh this week. I didn't come to talk about Palestine. I came to talk about cowardice in the right wing. But the point of me standing on the box is to prove that Zionism, you, and you, is a mental illness.
Okay.
You three are deranged, and my proof for it. Watch the way you derail the
So what do you think
conversation.
about the
Watch how
six?
polite
What do you
everyone
think about the
else is.
6 Israeli hostages that are unalived in cold blood for being
Watch them
Israeli?
make it all about themselves.
What about the
and
6?
ignore
What about the
British
6
manners
Israeli
or
hostages
etiquette.
whose only crime
Watch.
was being Israeli? What do you think about
I
that?
don't even bother responding.
Of course you don't bother because you can't. How can you justify murder?
No, because you are so entitled all the
I'm
time.
so entitled.
Well, you are, because I don't know anything about you.
Of course you don't.
All you know about me is I support Palestine.
You
don't
said it was
know my
resistance.
name, you don't know why
You said
I'm
it was
here.
resistance.
However, 1, 2, 3, predictably, same as every week, they make the conversation about them. They believe.
Them, yeah?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, you are one of them.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're Jewish, I don't care. It's the Zionist.
But you know I'm a Zionist.
Because you're acting like this.
Because I
you're
don't
being
support
rude,
Hamas.
because you're being a rude, belligerent,
Trying
little
to justify
something.
genocide.
No, I don't try and justify it.
No, it's actually
I'm
madness.
not. I'm not.
I can tell
I'm not
that
an
someone
apologist
is
for
a
Israel. I
Zionist
just don't
by
believe
how
Hamas
they
are freedom
act.
fighters.
They ignore the rights. I have explained to these people who were here before you turned up that I don't get to speak at a Tommy Robinson rally without getting arrested for non-crimes. I'm trying to tell his audience that it's a scam and he's an Israeli spy. And I can't do it. He is.
So what do you think?
Okay.
What do you think about all the groups that are on front then? Like the Jewish Voices for Peace, which is majority atheist, which is funded by Iran, started in Lebanon. There's no Jews left in Lebanon.
Weird how a Jewish group can be majority atheist. And yet
It
Israel
is.
based
It's proved to be funded by Iran. And it's fun. What do you
Now
think about that?
remember, the
Think
point
about that.
is, I've been banned from the internet for making jokes about Jews. Is that fair? Yeah, I've had 6 YouTube channels banned for making jokes about Jews. Okay, right? No, not yet, because I have not been allowed to finish because of 1, 2, 3. Like, you've been all right, you've been good.
No, he's on the thing.
I'm on the
been
flip.
good.
You have
been a
been
good
good.
boy, my friend.
You've been
You've been a
much
good
more
boy.
polite than these two. Because the point I am demonstrating.
Well, he's not
again.
convinced. You can
Remember,
ask questions.
Speaker's Corner is not an event where anyone can just turn up and have a go at me. Speaker's Corner is a space where anybody listen to what I'm saying instead of reacting. You mentally deranged people. Everyone else is not struggling. No, I'm allowed to insult you because I brought my pain. No, but you are preventing me. You are preventing me from monologuing. Because of your derangement, because of the predictably. Nobody else does it. Right? You don't know anything about me other than I support Palestine, but you will interrupt me and derail your yes, no, stop. it's because Zionism is an expression of narcissism. It's people saying, me, everything. You know, please, let me speak. Exactly. I don't know if you're Jewish, I don't know if you're a Zionist, but from your manners, I can tell that you have this mental illness because you interpret Speaker's Corner as an event that you